Hello, I'm Kathy Bedard, President of the Angels of Charity. The Angels of Charity is the women's auxiliary group for Catholic Charities Dallas. Through volunteerism and support, we serve the mission and clients of Catholic Charities in various capacities. Since its formation in 2001, the Angels have grown to over 800 members from many parishes throughout the Diocese of Dallas. We welcome a diverse group of women to serve and support the growing needs of our community. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like to learn more, please visit ccdallas.org/angels. And on behalf of the Angels, thank you for supporting Catholic Charities Dallas.
Good evening. I'm David Martinez, President of the Archangels Men's Network. We are a social and service network of men across the Diocese of Dallas, providing opportunities for fellowship, service, and outreach through a variety of initiatives, events, and social activities that strengthen and support the mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. We are committed to sharing our faith with one another, praying and working together, and supporting each other along the way. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like more information, please visit ccdallas.org/archangels. And thank you for supporting Catholic Charities this evening.
Kathy Bedard, President of the Angels of Charity. The Angels of Charity is the women's auxiliary group for Catholic Charities Dallas. Through volunteerism and support, we serve the mission and clients of Catholic Charities in various capacities. Since its formation in 2001, the Angels have grown to over 800 members from many parishes throughout the Diocese of Dallas. We welcome a diverse group of women to serve and support the growing needs of our community. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like to learn more, please visit ccdallas.org/angels. And on behalf of the Angels, thank you for supporting Catholic Charities Dallas.
Good evening. I'm David Martinez, President of the Archangels Men's Network. We are a social and service network of men across the Diocese of Dallas, providing opportunities for fellowship, service, and outreach through a variety of initiatives, events, and social activities that strengthen and support the mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. We are committed to sharing our faith with one another, praying and working together, and supporting each other along the way. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like more information, please visit ccdallas.org/archangels. And thank you for supporting Catholic Charities this evening.
Kathy Bedard, President of the Angels of Charity. The Angels of Charity is the women's auxiliary group for Catholic Charities Dallas. Through volunteerism and support, we serve the mission and clients of Catholic Charities in various capacities. Since its formation in 2001, the Angels have grown to over 800 members from many parishes throughout the Diocese of Dallas. We welcome a diverse group of women to serve and support the growing needs of our community. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like to learn more, please visit ccdallas.org/angels. And on behalf of the Angels, thank you for supporting Catholic Charities Dallas.
Good evening. I'm David Martinez, President of the Archangels Men's Network. We are a social and service network of men across the Diocese of Dallas, providing opportunities for fellowship, service, and outreach through a variety of initiatives, events, and social activities that strengthen and support the mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. We are committed to sharing our faith with one another, praying and working together, and supporting each other along the way. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like more information, please visit ccdallas.org/archangels. And thank you for supporting Catholic Charities this evening.
Hello, I'm Kathy Bedard, President of the Angels of Charity. The Angels of Charity is the women's auxiliary group for Catholic Charities Dallas. Through volunteerism and support, we serve the mission and clients of Catholic Charities in various capacities. Since its formation in 2001, the Angels have grown to over 800 members from many parishes throughout the Diocese of Dallas. We welcome a diverse group of women to serve and support the growing needs of our community. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like to learn more, please visit ccdallas.org/angels. And on behalf of the Angels, thank you for supporting Catholic Charities Dallas.
Good evening. I'm David Martinez, President of the Archangels Men's Network. We are a social and service network of men across the Diocese of Dallas, providing opportunities for fellowship, service, and outreach through a variety of initiatives, events, and social activities that strengthen and support the mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. We are committed to sharing our faith with one another, praying and working together, and supporting each other along the way. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like more information, please visit ccdallas.org/archangels. And thank you for supporting Catholic Charities this evening.
Kathy Bedard, President of the Angels of Charity. The Angels of Charity is the women's auxiliary group for Catholic Charities Dallas. Through volunteerism and support, we serve the mission and clients of Catholic Charities in various capacities. Since its formation in 2001, the Angels have grown to over 800 members from many parishes throughout the Diocese of Dallas. We welcome a diverse group of women to serve and support the growing needs of our community. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like to learn more, please visit ccdallas.org/angels. And on behalf of the Angels, thank you for supporting Catholic Charities Dallas.
Good evening. I'm David Martinez, President of the Archangels Men's Network. We are a social and service network of men across the Diocese of Dallas, providing opportunities for fellowship, service, and outreach through a variety of initiatives, events, and social activities that strengthen and support the mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. We are committed to sharing our faith with one another, praying and working together, and supporting each other along the way. If you are interested in becoming a member or would like more information, please visit ccdallas.org/archangels. And thank you for supporting Catholic Charities this evening.
Thank you all, and hello and welcome to you to the 23rd Annual Catholic Charities Bishops Gala and this evening of Rising Hope. My name is Laura Harris, and while my day job is the co-anchor of NBC5 Today, tonight I am very excited to be hosting this special celebration of the life-changing work of Catholic Charities Dallas. Please excuse us for being just a little bit late, but I'm sure that it's okay, considering you're at your home enjoying yourselves there as well. As we celebrate all of Catholic Charities Dallas's services to the community, we will also be celebrating you and the incredible support which allows Catholic Charities Dallas to do such purposeful work. Tonight, we will meet some incredible people joining us to share their personal stories, as well as the stories of Catholic Charities Dallas. In addition to hearing from Bishop Edward Burns, Bishop of the Diocese of Dallas, later in the program, of course, we will be joined by Dave Woodyard, the CEO of Catholic Charities, and we will meet our wonderful co-chairs and hear from community supporters, as well as past and present clients. So let's get started. As with any great Catholic event, let's begin with a prayer. And for that, I would like to introduce a special guest, the Auxiliary Bishop of the Diocese of Dallas, Bishop Greg Kelly.
Thanks, Laura. I also want to join in welcoming you and thanking you for your generosity in supporting the ministries and activities of Catholic Charities. And I do want to begin with a prayer. We might just take about 10 seconds just to pause in silence to remember that we gather in the presence of the Lord, even though we're distant, we're joined together virtually. So let's just pray for a moment in silence to remember that we gather in the presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Loving Father, you renew in our hearts the gift of hope through our celebration of the birth of your Son, the Word made flesh, born in Bethlehem in lowliness, the light that shines in the darkness of our world, a darkness that has not and does not and will not overcome it. Renew in these days the grace and the gift of hope in our hearts. May it inflame our hearts anew so that we may again hear your voice and rise up to do together the work that you call us to do in these days with the resources that you entrust to us. Your providential love is never lacking, always concrete and immediate in every circumstance. You never leave us without the abundant means to respond to your call, even in times of crisis and struggle. Open our eyes anew to the suffering of our brothers and sisters around us. Open our hearts and our hands to respond to their needs. For there we will find you present to save us, as you have told us. As often as you did it to one of these least ones, you did it to me. May we be instruments of your hope and of your concrete, immediate, providential love to all who come to us in need. May we accept them as ambassadors of your presence to us, sent by you to save us, to call us out of indifference and self-absorption and into fraternity and friendship. Thank you for calling us together this evening. Thank you for the technology that makes it possible for us to gather in this way. Thank you for all the works and ministries of Catholic Charities of Dallas and all who dedicate themselves to fulfilling your command to be a neighbor to all, to love each person as you love them. We offer this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you so much, Bishop Kelly. Before we learn more about CCD, let's cover some basic housekeeping because we have to. Tonight, there are some fun events occurring alongside the gala. Just because we can't all be together doesn't mean that we can't have some fun. If you're watching from the website, gala.ccdallas.org, please snap a selfie in the virtual photo booth located on the left side of your gala viewing page. We can virtually join together by sharing fun pictures in celebration of our combined efforts to lift up our community and serve our brothers and sisters. Speaking of celebration, meet the majestic band. Hope you are enjoying the band, so make sure you share those pictures and join the fun. But let us also remember tonight is about investing in the life-changing and Christ-like mission of Catholic Charities Dallas. The gala has always been a primary source for funding the mission, and it is even more important this year due to the pandemic of 2020. Our incredible underwriters and sponsors started the fundraising momentum, and we hope to continue that momentum this evening during the gala. Tonight, we have a big online auction with more than 90 incredible items that you can bid on from the comfort of your pajamas. So why wouldn't you want to? We have some unbelievable prizes for you. You could win a dream stay at a 4-bedroom private residence that sleeps 10 people in beautiful Telluride, Colorado, or a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you and 9 friends. As Tracy and Chef Kent Rayburn, they host your group at their home for a 5-course culinary masterpiece paired with wines from their private collection. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, because who's not, we are auctioning off a Roger Staubach hand-drawn diagram of the famous Hail Mary play, autographed by both Roger and Drew Pearson. Bidding will continue through 9:30 this evening, so check out all the items on ccdallas.org/auction. We've also got an incredible raffle prize, an exclusive wine collector's package, 8 limited edition bottles of red wine valued at more than $2,500. You have until 9:30 tonight to make your bids on auction items and purchase your raffle tickets. The raffle drawing will take place live this Tuesday, January 12th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the CCD website, ccdallas.org/raffle. In addition to the auction and raffle, you have 3 ways to make donations tonight. Online at gala.ccdallas.org or by texting @CCD to 52014. And we also have team members standing by right now to take your donation by phone. You can call 214-296-4257. As we all know, 2020 has been incredibly challenging, but even through all the difficulties, your incredible generosity has been a bright light. CCD is proud to announce that thanks to a group of very special, dedicated supporters, they have pledged enough funds to match every dollar you donate this evening up to $150,000. We have a big goal tonight of raising a minimum of $300,000, but we can do it with your help. So please contribute and raise your virtual paddles tonight in support of this great mission.
Thank you for joining our gala tonight. Here's how to donate. Text @CCD to 52014. Visit gala.ccdallas.org or you can call 214-296-4257.
Your donations this evening will help CCD continue to lift up our community. Joining us now is Mr. Steve Sullentrop, Chairman of the Board of Catholic Charities Dallas. He is here to share with you why the work of CCD is so critical, admirable, and worthy of your support.
Good evening and welcome to the 23rd Annual Bishops Gala to benefit Catholic Charities of Dallas. I am honored to serve this year as Chairman of the Board of Directors for Catholic Charities Dallas. CCD is a 130-year young, dynamic organization serving thousands and working every day to help those less fortunate throughout our 9 counties of service here in North Texas. We are blessed to have as many hands helping us in our work, including 2 robust auxiliaries, the Angels of Charity and the Archangels. Countless volunteers, donors, foundations, friends, students, and interns, along with a multitude of nonprofit partners. Many hands truly do make for lighter work, and we are grateful to be a part of such a collaborative community. This past year has been one we will remember for how our community came together to help each other and give more and do more. CCD met the challenge head on, and we could not be prouder of our immediate pivot and response to the exponentially greater needs. All of our missions continued, whether virtual or modified. Seniors were not left alone nor hungry. St. Jude's Center remains COVID-free. Food distribution increased 3-fold. Legal representation stayed the course, and education adapted to maintain connection and continuity for the kids. New programs were launched while others were expanded. It was truly a year of challenges met. Tonight is the culmination of months of work by our gala chairs, the Estradas and the Duartes, the host, underwriting, and auction committees, and our dedicated staff. Everyone working to provide a fun, informative, and successful event that elevates us all to support Catholic Charities' proven and successful missions of service. This year's gala recognizes and congratulates with gratitude this year's honorary gala chair, the David M. Crowley Foundation, who has consistently and generously supported CCD for over 20 years. We are thankful that all of you have joined us this evening and hope that you enjoy the event. Thank you to my fellow directors who give their time, talent, and treasure day in and day out. Thank you, Laura, for graciously agreeing to be our Master of Ceremonies. Your smile is welcome every time we see you. And special thanks to you, His Excellent Bishop Burns, for his grace and leadership as our shepherd, and for his unending support of CCD. We simply could not accomplish all that we do without your blessings and confidence in our work. Now get ready for our first ever virtual gala. Jump into the online auction, and along the way, please give to this year's Meet the Need Challenge as we face the incredibly daunting needs ahead of us. We sincerely appreciate your support.
Thank you so much, Steve. Tonight is all about Catholic Charities Dallas. And although we know many of you have been supporters for decades, there are a bunch of newcomers, just like me, and first-time gala attendees. So we welcome all of you. So who is Catholic Charities Dallas? What do they do? Who do they help? We had an opportunity to make the rounds with Dave Woodyard last week to learn all about the meaningful missions that CCD embraces within the community.
Catholic Charities has been here for over 130 years serving North Texas, serving anyone no matter where they come from, what they're about, what they're doing.
The Diocese of Dallas is 9 counties, and Catholic Charities does everything they can to really go to the far reaches of all 9 counties.
We have a wonderful group of employees and volunteers and donors that all come together to make our mission work. We have 10 service groups that encompass 32 plus actual programs. We do a lot in homelessness and housing. We're very focused on hunger and food and how we can help. Education is huge on our platter. And then, of course, helping the refugee, welcoming the stranger and the immigrant to our community, making sure they're well served. Today we're here at St. Cecilia's Parish, one of our many food distribution sites.
The face of hunger in our community has changed drastically over the past few months. Since the beginning of COVID-19, we've seen an exponential increase. We find that those who are in need generally are hungry first.
Sometimes I was like 3 or 4 blocks with people who need groceries.
This is just one of the many sites we serve. We now have 3 mobile pantries on the road serving our 9-county service area, with about 85 of them already signed up, and we'll be able to do over 100 by the time we get everything fully subscribed. This year alone, we'll serve 7.2 million pounds of food, which is an incredible accomplishment given that just 18 months ago we were only providing about 1.5 million pounds.
So they're able to come and get food from our services, and then over time build that relationship with Catholic Charities that deepens our capacity to serve them across all areas of need throughout their time with our agency.
A little over 4 years ago, Catholic Charities got into the disaster business on the heels of the Rowlett tornadoes.
With disaster preparedness and relief services, when we're not responding to a disaster, we are preparing for the next one. Starting in October of last year for tornado, we helped with financial assistance, food assistance, donations, clothing assistance for the people that were affected and lost their homes.
And here in 2020 came the biggest of all disasters, COVID-19.
COVID-19 has affected everybody in the population. We relied fully on private funds and donated funding and got almost $1 million. We jumped in, we were working from home, we got a lot of assistance very quickly to clients who had nowhere else to turn.
We get inquiries about 25, 50 a day that keep calling us needing help paying their rent, food, primarily electric bills, utility bills, and mortgage payments. In those programs, we received 10,000 applications for assistance. We were able to only approve 3,600 of them. These 4,600 families we were not able to help. They're still coming back and needing help in January and February and the next 6 to 12 months. So we have a big need to keep raising private dollars from donors, from foundations, so we can keep assisting people in 2021 throughout the year.
Homelessness is a huge problem in our community. There's over 5,000 individuals that identify as homeless in Dallas and Collin County. And any one night, there's 12 to 1,500 unsheltered, out in the cold, out in the rain, no place to go. We're here to try and solve a little bit of that problem, one resident at a time. St. Jude Center here on Forest is a really cool property. 104 residents who were formerly homeless are now here in residence with their own mailboxes, their own key to their door, their own private shower and bed, and a place to really call home.
Our veterans were our first people that moved in, and to see their expression and to know that they really had a room, it brought them to tears. They could not believe that they had a bed, that they could lock their door and nothing would be stolen.
What we do here is we have wraparound services, not just provided by Catholic Charities, but by partners of ours like City Square and Vosh and others that are helping to make sure that the residents' full needs are taken care of, that they have a place to talk about things, to get vocational training, to get job counseling.
We have the caseworkers here that help them mentally if they have alcohol or drug addiction. We have people that work at the VA. We have people that go outside and work. We have people that can't work, but we see their progression.
Ultimately, we're trying to graduate people to independence so that they actually can move on to an even better, more independent place than St. Jude Center.
We all need to put ourselves in their shoes and not think of them as being homeless, but they are human beings.
Fundamentally for Catholic Charities, education is the core of almost everything we do.
Together We're Better. It's a program designed to really bring parenting and early learning to families in underserved communities. We primarily want to focus on 3 community needs: to prevent children from experiencing neglect and abuse. Secondly, making sure that children are ready for school. And thirdly, really to work with parents to understand that they are the first and most powerful teachers of their young children.
For a lot of our families, we are their only outlet. We're their only touch outside of their home.
Getting to us is always an obstacle, regardless of what agency you're trying to access. So by us identifying those most underserved zip codes and making sure we're going to them, a lot of clients in our first wave walk to a location where they can actually meet with us and pick up food and pick up diapers and pick up the information they have for the week. And so we felt that by removing barriers, we were going to be more successful in making sure we're working with families. We're ready to expand the program to more and more zip codes, but of course, funding is such a needed resource for us to go into those communities. So we're ready to do the work, but we really need funders to be partners with us.
I believe when it comes to Catholic social teaching that we are all trying to achieve the common good.
I'm a firm believer that every human has potential. They just need sometimes a hand up. And so that's kind of why we do what we do.
Right now, when people really need something to hold on to, Catholic Charities feeds people, they clothe people, they do all the things that St. Francis said we need to do. And without that, there's very little hope.
We're here to do that work together, to take those who have and those who have not and bring them to a union so that together we can move forward and help serve those who are most in need in our own backyards.
The work that we do is life-changing. It is something that is not going to just take care of somebody for one day. It is going to change families. It is going to keep families together. It is going to offer safety and protection.
We want to do it with efficiency, we want to do it with effectiveness, and we want to do it with our community, our donors, our volunteers, our parishes.
We've served over 4 million meals, served 8,000 seniors. We've given $6 million in rent, mortgage, and utility assistance, and just recently announced a second housing facility under the St. Jude's umbrella.
If there is a need in Dallas, there are very few that Catholic Charities doesn't address. They try to be the one call, the right call for anybody in need.
I think we can all agree what an incredible organization. We'll visit with Dave here on stage in just a little bit. But next up this evening, I want to introduce you to 2 incredible couples that are this year's co-chairs. These 2 couples are very dear friends to CCD, generous supporters of the community, entrepreneurs, business owners, leaders, and just overall wonderful people. We are honored to have Irma and Alfredo Duarte alongside Carmen and Raul Estrada as our co-chairs. In years past, they would be joining me right here on stage, but of course it's 2020, which is going into 2021, so things that were supposed to be normal are everything but normal, but we are getting through it. So joining us from their living room, let's meet our incredible co-chairs.
I appreciate Catholic Charities thinking of us. It's a great feeling to be a part of it.
We were incredibly honored, especially being asked to be co-host with our friends, our dear friends, Irma and Alfredo Duarte.
You know, we wanted to be the co-chairs because Raul and Carmen are the co-chairs. You know, I think someday we die, they probably put us all four together.
You know, I think it's very important for the Hispanic community to participate more and more in these type of events, and I was very happy and honored to do so.
I'm very excited to be a part of this year. This is a very special year.
To our family, it's important to serve, and it's especially important to serve Catholic Charities because the need is always great.
We need to share everything we have with those families and with those people that have less.
And I think this year, since the need was important, it was really important for us to serve and to step up and to help out.
COVID has left a lot of need in a lot of the poor people for rent, for legal services, for everything.
Catholic Charities provides indispensable services to our community.
They do education, they help with food, they provide legal service and immigration. The hope is Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities for a lot of people is right light at the end of the tunnel.
Hope never dies. I think that the enthusiasm, if anything, has grown.
Hope is never giving up, and to know Catholic Charities always will lend you a hand.
The fundraising gala is the major fundraising part of our organization.
For the first time, we're not going to be there getting together and giving hugs.
It gave us an opportunity to get creative and to redouble our efforts and to do the best we can with this year. In spite of all the challenges, I think we're going to have a terrific event.
We're going to be in our home, enjoying the night, and hoping that everybody helps us and we make a lot of money so we can help people.
This year, Catholic Charities will show hope to all those in need, and we hope that your participation in this virtual gala will help us accomplish that. Repeat after me. Someone repeat after me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
With potatoes.
Chicharrones y pelos de calabaza.
For all your help.
For all your help. Spend a lot of money tonight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
They are obviously excited, and we are equally excited to have them as co-chairs. We should all give them a virtual round of applause. Live studio audience, I love that. And give yourselves one as well for being a part of this special evening. Next up this evening, it is my pleasure to welcome Most Reverend Edward J. Burns, Bishop of the Diocese of Dallas. He ministers to millions, including 77 parishes, and now, thanks to weekly virtual masses, so many people around the world. In addition to all of that, he is an enthusiastic supporter of many social service agencies, such as Catholic Charities. And with that, Bishop Burns, welcome to your gala.
Laura, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. We are honored and blessed with your presence. And allow me to tell you that Laura is going to be joining us on the televised masses. Laura's a part of our Catholic Diocese of Dallas family, and she has volunteered to be one of the lectors on our televised masses. So thank you so much for that. We look forward to working with you on it. And to all of you, I want to say again, welcome. It is a joy being with you. And so, as Laura said, just trying to get this event organized in such a way that it's going to be seamless, it's going to be productive, it's going to be fruitful. We're recognizing the different changes we have to make. So Dave Woodyard tells me about how we're going to do this virtually. I said, all right, Dave, so tell me, how are we going to do it? And in particular, what are we going to wear? How are we going to present for this? And you know that during this time of COVID, many times when we have Zoom, Gentlemen can wear their sports coats, their dress shirts, their ties, but be in shorts and in flip-flops. So I was asking Dave that question because the bishop is also guilty sometimes of that I was wondering if I could wear my Pittsburgh Steelers sweatshirt or my the sweatpants. Well, Dave goes, no, we're going to be seeing you, and so why don't you wear your house cassock? I said, okay, fair, I thoroughly understand. But I want you to know that I do have my Pittsburgh Steelers cufflinks on here. It was whenever I first came as the bishop. The very first question by the media is, so you're from Pittsburgh. Now you're in Cowboys country. What are you going to say about that? And I simply mention, I must tell you, I am one with the flock. And indeed, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So my friends, on the other arm, I have my Dallas Cowboys cufflink. Indeed. You know, it's interesting with what I'm wearing and of course, always asking some questions. Allow me to share with you that the cross that I'm wearing this evening was a gift to me by Pope Benedict XVI. He was the one who wrote the encyclical entitled Caritas in Veritatis, Love in Truth, or Charity in Truth. And in that wonderful encyclical is the opportunity to understand that we are one family in the world. And what we do as members of this family, we seek to help each other. We recognize that being one family and the unity that we must have one to another is paramount in particular for us who are disciples of Jesus Christ. That's why this past week, as we recognize ourselves as one nation under God, we were disturbed by some of the images that we saw in the news. We recognize too that not only are we one nation, we're also one community. We are one family. And as far as our being disciples of Jesus Christ, we are members of one body. And in that, Catholic Charities makes us so proud with all that we do. Those of you who have participated in our presentations and our galas in the past, in particular last year, heard me speak about the parable of the Good Samaritan and how Catholic Charities is like the innkeeper, because the Good Samaritan said to the innkeeper, here, I want you to use my resources to take care of this man who is so in need. That's what I mentioned last year, that Catholic Charities is like the innkeeper. Allow me to point out this year that that Good Samaritan said to the innkeeper, and on my way back, I will stop. And if you need anything further, I will pay you again there. My friends, this is that year in which we need to talk about the journey back. We need to speak about the journey back of being whole once again. All the people in need, our community in light of the COVID crisis and the pandemic, everything that we need, it's important for us, whether tonight in giving doubly or recognizing that there were many things that we did without this year because of COVID, whether it be a vacation, fancy dinner, trips to the dry cleaners because we're wearing sweatpants, anything that it might be, whatever we may have saved, if we are able to give doubly to the good work of Catholic Charities, it will go a long way and it will be well utilized. I recognize that through all of this pandemic, we see that we're called, and called in a very special way, to be one in community. We recognize that in our community, when one person suffers, we all suffer. We see this to be so much of our life as Christians, our lives as disciples, that it's important for us to respond to those in need because of the oneness we have with them. My friends, as we gather for this virtual gala, it's different, but we recognize that we have the ability to make a difference too. And the ability to make a difference in people's lives where we can make them whole once again. We celebrate this night. This is a night of fun. It's a night of fundraising. It's a night of celebration. And what are we celebrating? We're celebrating the fact that we're so blessed that we're able to live out fully the discipleship of our Lord Jesus Christ by being able to give to others. We celebrate at these galas the fact that we are able to make people whole once again, to raise their dignity. That's why I'm ever so pleased to see what Catholic Charities does for the hungry, for the homeless, for the stranger, for the members of the immigrant community. It's so very powerful to see what we do for families in need because we see them hurting. My friends, let us all be mindful of the fact that we're blessed with many ways to help. And if tonight isn't the night that we give doubly, then I invite you halfway through the year, come into contact with Catholic Charities as if the Good Shepherd or the Good Samaritan going back on his journey, that indeed he finds out, is there anything else you need? There's going to be a day that we're going to be able to ask, but Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? When did we see you naked and clothe you? When did we see you homeless and offer you shelter? When did we see you a stranger and welcome you? When you did it for the least of my brothers and sisters, you did it for me. To all of you who play a part in the good work of Catholic Charities, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your presence this evening. Blessings to you and your loved ones.
Bishop Burns, thank you so much for your eloquence. You always just kind of bring the Holy Spirit over all of us. And I have to also say, I feel like I'm seeing a rock star in person. So honestly, my mom has already said, oh, did you meet him? I said, yeah, I met him.
Hi, Mom.
Thank you. Catholic
welcome.
Charities
Thank you.
is so blessed to have someone like you leading each and every one of us. To join the bishop this evening, I want to welcome Dave Woodyard to the stage. Dave, congratulations on an awesome gala. We're not in fancy clothes, but we're making it happen.
We are. It's a great night tonight for sure.
Talk about the mission of the gala, and even though we're not doing it like we usually do, it's still so important this year.
Laura, you're so right. The mission is really quite simple and straightforward. We're here to inform and inspire. We do so many things for so many people, and this event will help us to do even more. It's a friend raiser as well as a fundraiser. Most importantly, it's a chance to let everyone see the real example of CCD's impact. Every year we feature one of our missions. Last year was hunger, and look at the explosion of needs that we've been blessed to serve. This year's focus exemplifies the long, hard road to citizenship and how CCD helps those in great need on this incredibly long journey. We're about to watch some real stories of how Catholic Charities served and saved people, how we truly welcome the stranger. We're proud of the work of our Immigration and Legal Services team and what they provide. Please join me, everyone, as we listen to the stories of Sarah, Betsy, and Ellen.
America has been the land of opportunity for, hundreds of years.
I think people have short memories. If you look at the United States, none of us were here originally.
Small business drives this economy, and by 3x or 4x to 1, those businesses, the majority of them are immigrants that come to this country. They're not asking for anything except for a chance.
I needed to apply for DACA because I had been living undocumented my whole life. Some of us have been here since we've been 2. And it's like we don't know anywhere else. We don't know our country of birth.
You are in no man's land. You're not allowed to work. You're not allowed to actually drive a car because it's all tied together.
28 years of living in fear because you just don't know what tomorrow would hold.
I didn't know who I could trust. That is the hardest part. You're very lonely. Very, very lonely. Yeah.
I was about a year and a half when I arrived in the United States. I've lived in Dallas my entire life. Growing up, it was difficult because you just don't tell anyone that you're undocumented. All your friends are doing all these things like traveling and getting their driver's license or getting a brand new car or just in general getting a job.
I didn't live it personally, but having my wife going through it kind of put roadblocks.
You live in fear because you can't do much. For anything to go sideways for me was meaning I could possibly end up in a country I'd never known. The opportunity of applying for DACA came to be. That's when I had to reach out to someone to get that going so that I could possibly have a future. I looked up Catholic Charities, had an appointment. I was blessed when I met Nubia because instantly we clicked. Everyone is just so sweet, welcoming, and everyone here is just wanting to help. When you get here, you already feel like you're part of the family. Just the fact that they were able to help me with my legal status has placed me in a different direction in my life. I now am a U.S. citizen. I own a home, and I'm a computer engineer graduate from Texas A&M Commerce. It's definitely a step in the right direction for me and my family.
I did not actually know that I didn't have a legal status until maybe I was 16. I was trying to get my permit to drive. And they were like, well, you need to have a social. And I was like, well, what's that? Now, obviously, that was something that wasn't explained to me by my parents. I felt a little bit more safe having my DACA. And that's what pushed me to go to Catholic Charities.
So Betsy is currently on her 5th DACA renewal, which means that she's still going through the same process. She has not obtained a permanent benefit because she does not have the right family members who are able to petition for her.
Any simple mistake that you make on your applications could mean that they can deny your DACA. And I don't want that to happen to me because I don't have any records of anything else.
Our job is not only to offer legal assistance, but to fight for our clients and offer that long-term safety and long-term life-changing results.
So I kept on coming back. Every single time I've renewed, I've gone back to Catholic Charities.
We came here in December 2009. That was a great move because life in the UK had become very expensive, very hard, and we wanted to give our children a better future. I did not see how bad my marriage was until really when I was here. There is an argument, and the next thing I know, I'm being attacked. My middle child, he's a son, he called 911. If he hadn't called, I know I wouldn't be sitting here. It's like everything's just like a glass house, it's shattered. So I ended up here with Catholic Charities because we were on L visas, which they would expire in 2012. He was, of course, initially in jail. He was not going to help.
Usually when there's kids involved, there's always some potential of the victim being separated from their children. There's always that potential that they may not be able to see their children again ever or for a very, very long time.
People see me, and of course I'm white, I'm Dutch, I'm European. It doesn't matter. I couldn't afford a lawyer. I couldn't afford an immigration lawyer. None of that.
She was seeking a divorce. She was seeking, ways in order to be able to stay in this country that was completely independent from her husband.
I was met with no judgment, but only with a lot of love and support.
We just strive to give them a space to where they can use their voice to be heard, the respect and the knowledge to them that they're sitting across from another human being who is a wife, who is a husband, who is a son or a parent.
The divorce itself took 4 years. The overall result is that I was granted my green card August last year. Coming here definitely gave me a lot of confidence, that's for sure, and definitely peace. Yeah.
We are a country of immigrants. We're based on immigration. This is a country where people come to live their dreams.
You change into the life of these people that you're touching, but you help in a community.
So that's the responsibility and the burden that we feel we have. Our mission or our point is that, we're the right call for everyone in need.
The services Catholic Charities provide is important because it allows the community to have a voice. We're their advocate.
We advocate for them, and we are the ones who are fighting for them. And it is extremely important because these are people who are part of our communities, and it is important that we find a way for them to be able to have access to the same basic rights as everybody else.
They had our hand, they had our backs. They were able to hold our hand through every single process.
If it wasn't for an organization like this, a lot of people would end up in a bad way.
It lets me know that they think I am important, that I am important.
Hope it's such a simple word, but with so much meaning behind it. Because of Catholic Charities, that hope that she had has become more than that. It became an achievement. And I think just Catholic Charities it's a hope for every part of the community. And I mean, it's an amazing organization.
Dave, Bishop Burns, those are such moving stories that we get to see from people who have really benefited from Catholic Charities Dallas. I want to start with both of you just kind of talking about in regards to immigrants and refugees and how much we talk about our neighbors and our community and making sure that these people get all the services and the help that they need. So Dave, first with you, why is Catholic Charities focused on immigration? And explain to us a little bit about the numbers that you're seeing and the impact.
Right. Thanks, Laura. I'd be happy to do that. CCD has been helping refugees and immigrants for over 50 years in so many ways, yet particularly assisting them to navigate our nation's very complex, difficult immigration laws, policies, and procedures. It's amazing how hard and time-consuming and expensive it is for everyone in regard to work permits, residency, escaping violence, and seeking citizenship. Sadly, and too often, less than scrupulous representatives offer action and success, yet with high fees and low results. We know that many thousands need quick, honest, and truly trustworthy answers to basic questions about their legal status, and so we provide those consultations for free in most cases. Our court systems do not favor the poor, yet everyone deserves a fair shake. CCD provides that to so many. For these reasons, Catholic Charities are working tirelessly to offer legal services to over 12,000 clients every year. We open about 2,500 cases while managing 5 times that number because of how long it takes for the process, 2 to 5 years, sometimes 20 to 30 years.
And you talk about that fairness. Bishop Burns, you say, welcome the stranger. We often hear that in church. Well, when you talk about immigrants and refugees, that often is where we have to go.
Exactly. It's important that we recognize that we are ones who identify that our God is an immigrant God. Our God immigrated from the divine to the human. He had to cross that border from becoming God to becoming man. And that's a powerful, powerful statement. Then, after Jesus was born in a stable, the Holy Family being homeless, having nowhere to go, Joseph received a message in a dream that Herod was out for the child, to which St. Joseph grabbed the child and his mother Mary, and they fled to Egypt. At that point, not only the immigrants, that Jesus is an immigrant, he's a refugee. He's fleeing violence. And for him to flee into Egypt, someone had to be there in Egypt to welcome the Holy Family. We want to be those people who welcome members of the immigrant community.
And that's why it's so important for Catholics and people of good to engage and help out with Catholic Charities of Dallas. Talk about those types of corporal mercy that you would like for us to see and for us to work towards, just to be able to help in the mission.
Sure, and that's exactly it, because an event like this gives us the opportunity to participate in the good work of Catholic Charities, which then in turn, Catholic Charities represents all of us. It is a team effort. Together, collectively, we give our resources so that Catholic Charities can do the most wonderful work. And you heard some of the stories of people who are touched by the generosity of Catholic Charities, which, in a sense, is the generosity of all those who contribute.
Yeah. Dave, when I moved to Dallas 2 years ago, one of the things that I noticed is that there are a lot of nonprofits. So what makes Catholic Charities different, and who specifically are you helping?
Well, glad you asked. You know, CCD is an amazing organization in its ability to adapt and to be agile and to flex with the communities that we serve and pivot when needed. We truly love and embrace collaboration, and we know that 100% of every donor dollar is received for someone we serve. Most any leader will answer your question with our people. And I will too, yet for us maybe even more true than most. This team I'm blessed to work with all have servants' hearts. And the mantra they allow me to communicate is, it's always go, never no. As to when we serve, the part is sadly too easy. The demand far outstrips the supply. Yet we always look to make sure things fit what we do best and seek ways to partner with others to maximize our effectiveness.
Bishop Burns, you talk about how Catholic Charities makes us proud, and I love that. Why should the entire Catholic community be proud of the work that Catholic Charities is doing in our community?
Thanks, Laura, because it's not a pride, a sinful type of pride that we have for ourselves, but rather we are proud that Catholic Charities represents the gospel message, and it's the gospel at work. That's what we're proud about. We're so proud when we have an opportunity to not only bring forth the St. Jude Center, but now the St. Jude Park Center. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, good. Because it's so new, it's not rolling off the tongue yet, but it's the good things that we see that Catholic Charities is doing that makes an impact in the wider community. And we celebrate that, and for that, we're proud of Catholic Charities Dallas.
Yeah, Dave, Bishop just kind of touched on it, but just talk a little bit about Catholic Charities tonight's event, why it's so important, because you can't do all these incredible things without the support from the Gala.
You're right, Laura. Tonight is really very, very special. It's our single largest event and fundraiser. It's the one time a year that we gather as community to inform all of the many needs and how CCD's missions of service to the less fortunate are truly making a difference, how lives are lifted by our work, how that work is done effectively and efficiently, while providing an opportunity for everyone to participate, to walk with us in this journey of rising hope.
I love that. And we can continue to do that, especially in the year like what we've had, and it feels like we're still in that year. I joke that it's December 37th, 2020, because we feel like we're still there. But if people continue to help people, we'll make it through it together. Yeah. Help us to raise that hope that you two were just talking about. If you haven't made a donation just yet, there is still time. Dave, tell us again about the exciting aspect of the fundraising effort tonight.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this part, Laura, because once again this year we have a small group of donors who challenged the community to help us meet the needs of Catholic Charities by matching the first $150,000 donated tonight, essentially doubling every dollar you give. This is the time to give as we try to answer that challenge and well beyond.
Okay, so well beyond, you say. That brings me to my next question. Talk about what's on the horizon for Catholic Charities for this year, next year, and beyond.
I'd be happy to. That's my favorite subject. CCD is a large, dynamic, multi-service agency that has the opportunity and the responsibility to answer the call for all those in need. We cannot do everything, yet we can and will continue to listen to our communities, see the emerging needs, and prepare ourselves to respond. We're ready, agile and on the move, to take on more and to lift more lives. Yet we cannot do any work without volunteerism, guidance, collaboration, partnerships, and financial support. Not everyone can provide all these things, yet just about everyone can do something. We need that something. We need you to help CCD maintain the breadth of our current services and to prepare for what lies ahead. As said before, these are extraordinary times, both good and not so good, and we need everyone's help in whatever fashion possible. Time, talent, and yes, Laura, treasure too.
And that is what we need. Dave, Bishop Burns, thank you so much for sharing those words with us this evening.
You're welcome. Thank you, Laura, for being here.
Oh, you got it. And you can see how excited they are about what's going on, but they are not alone. To change a community, it takes the community and great partners in those communities. You know, for more than 20 years, the David M. Crowley Foundation has partnered with Catholic Charities to expand and increase programs and the services by providing incredibly generous support, totaling more than $20 million. Join me as we learn more about who David M. Crowley was and the foundation he and Sandra Hallmark started.
Hi, everyone. I'm Delia Johnson, Vice President of Programs at the David M. Crowley Foundation. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you with Catholic Charities Dallas for honoring the David M. Crowley Foundation at this year's Bishop's Gala. A shout out to their CEO, Dave Woodyard. It's a privilege to partner with you, Dave, and your extraordinary staff. Thank you so much for providing support, a safe place, love, and kindness for our community's most vulnerable, especially during these difficult times. The David M. Crowley Foundation is committed to continuing the legacy of David Crowley, who honored God and served others by giving his time and financial support. Throughout David's life, his generosity and heart had no boundaries, as he believed helping those less fortunate was his duty. David Crowley and my mom, Sandra Hallmark, established the David M. Crowley Foundation in 1990 to help address the needs of the Dallas community. Their friendship spanned over 20 years, and together they developed the foundation's purpose before David passed in August of 2003. Today, as president, my mom and our wonderful board of directors continues to be mindful of the foundation's vision, supporting over 50 organizations, including Catholic Charities Dallas, which all work to improve the spiritual, physical, and emotional needs that are essential to thrive. A Dallas native, David Crowley attended North Dallas High School and St. Mary's University in San Antonio. David was a parishioner of Holy Trinity Catholic Church, and later in life he attended Christ the King Catholic Church, where he sang in the choir. Knowing David since high school, I have many memories of how he gave with such purpose. He kept school doors open with his financial support, but more importantly, gave of his time, teaching many adults to read. David was passionate about music, education, and empowering women. His faith was his compass as a devout Catholic. He prayed on his knees every morning and night throughout his entire life. I know our board would agree when I say he was one of the most generous yet humble human beings to have walked this earth. He was always about others rather than himself. It's an honor today and a blessing to be able to continue giving to our community, channeling David's heart and soul. There are so many moments in our board meeting where someone will ultimately say, "What would David do?" Through David's memory, we continue compassionately funding gifts from the foundation that bears his name and are instrumental in fulfilling the mission of the charities we support. With that being said, on behalf of our board of directors and staff at the David M. Crowley Foundation, thank you so much for this award, which allows us to share David's story of his compassion for his community and always paying it forward. Stay safe, everyone, and thank you so very much.
And we are so excited to welcome Delia Johnson from the David M. Crowley Foundation. And Dave is back with us.
I am, Laura, and I am so blessed to be here with Delia tonight and so thankful for what David M. Crowley Foundation has done for Catholic Charities these many, many years in many large ways to help support the mission and our growth and expansion to other missions. We're so grateful and so honored to honor you tonight with a little memento and thanks from the deepest part of our hearts.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, truly, your programs are amazing. It's a no-brainer to be part of Catholic Charities. Your staff has beautiful hearts. You all have made such a huge difference in our community, and it's a blessing that we can be a part of your family. And I encourage all of you to let Catholic Charities do the hard work for us and just provide you with what we can financially, for sure. And
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
We're giving you a virtual hug right now.
Yeah.
Delia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And just like they were just talking about, if you haven't made your donation yet, there is still time, and we still need your help. So let's hear the great, majestic band to get you in the mood to donate. guys. You know, Dave, this has been such an incredible event. I know it's different from anything any of us have ever seen, but before I thank anybody else, I have to thank this entire crew. I know you all can't see them, but it's so important to tell you how amazing they are behind the scenes, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to do this.
It wouldn't have happened.
We would have done it on our iPhones or on a Zoom. So thank you to all of you. And from the warm welcome by Steve Sullentrop to the enthusiasm of the co-chairs, the Duartes and the Estradas, to Bishop Burns elevating us with his words and message. The stories of Sarah and Betsy and Ellen, and of course, honoring the David M. Crowley Foundation. I hope everyone watching is now rejuvenated and renewed with hope, inspiration, and confidence in Catholic Charities and the work they do to serve those who are less fortunate.
Laura, I just have to thank you and all those accolades, but also in thanking you for being here in NBC5. Your gracious help here tonight truly made it an extraordinary experience for all of us. You truly lifted us up. And we're truly blessed in so many other ways. The PWC partners for their incredible support. We're truly blessed in so many other ways and grateful for those that lead us, our bishops, Bishop Burns and Bishop Kelly, and our board of directors, and those that love us, our families and friends. Last, we're truly excited to announce that Mary and Bill Sladek will be joined by Michelle and Gerald Dunn to host next year's gala featuring legendary band America. Thank you again, everyone truly, for all that you've done, all that you're doing, and all you're going to do in the future. We're truly grateful for your time and giving tonight.
Love that. And as we close, we want to leave you with some incredible personal testimonies of why CCD is so important to the people of our community. Good night to all of you, and God bless.
Catholic Charities Dallas, if you think about what it does in terms of serving the needy, in terms of advocating for the voiceless, empowering the vulnerable, this year, this service need, it's never been more acute in my lifetime than this 2020 year.
You know, when the COVID disaster first came upon us, we weren't really sure what was ahead of us. It was amazing to see how many people just on their own called and came forward to say, how can I help? How can I step up and help you, Catholic Charities, to help those in need?
We were able to assist a single mother with 2 small children who had lost her income due to COVID-19. We were able to assist her with some rental assistance, transportation, and food gift cards. We gave her hope and inspiration, which is what truly makes this job so worthwhile.
The personal client was a family of 5. Both working adults were self-employed, and when quarantine happened, their income was hugely impacted and reduced. And right after that, she was diagnosed with cancer. So with that family, we were able to help them with CARES assistance of just over $9,000 and food assistance through the program to help them kind of get through that difficult time.
Catholic Charities does a Christmas distribution every year. This year we served 520 families who otherwise might not have Christmas. We got a thank you note from one of the families, and it was written in Spanish by a child who said, "Thank you so very much for bringing us Christmas this year. These are the only gifts we will receive because my parents didn't work." It made 2 weeks worth of very hard work really worthwhile.
This building would not be here if it wasn't for this. Every time somebody comes in here from the street, from the bridge, from Austin Street, they thank God for their bed, they thank God for their food. They come from nothing and they feel like they're human beings now.
One of the cases that we had that it's very close to my heart, he was detained for over a year, and he had left a very difficult situation in his home country, and it was very rewarding having that person get out of the detention center and be able to now have asylee status, which then in turn would turn into a resident and a citizen. We were crying at the hearing. It was over the phone, but we were all crying.
The 10-month-old that came to us, she was separated from her father, who was detained at the border. Because he was an asylum seeker, he was released, and we were able to reunify them within 22 days, which is amazing because that 10-month-old then was able to celebrate her first year birthday with her dad. That's what we do the work for, is that moment.
There was one circumstance of a family whose child had cleft palate and had a messed up eye. And if it wasn't for Catholic Charities, that young person, it's a young girl, would not have had the ability to fix that and to fix her eye. We now know that she has gone through high school and she's actually going to college. I mean, what a testament. Sorry.
We're called to give, to do something for our brothers and sisters. Sometimes we can do it through time, sometimes we can do it through our talents, other times we need to do it with our treasure. No matter if it's $1, $10, $1,000, or $100,000, every piece of that makes a difference in a life that we're serving.
My partners at PwC are really delighted to serve as presenting sponsor. If you look at the values of Catholic Charities Dallas, okay, service, compassion, integrity, respect, commitment, these align directly with PwC's values.
If you could see the face of the people that we see when we give them a box of food or when we give them a Christmas gift, I hope when somebody presses that donor button, they see a face.
It's a great mission. It's the human thing to do. Just being able to help that one person or that help that one family get, to a better place than they were yesterday, I think would just make all the difference.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who participated this year, but I'd like everyone to raise their paddles tonight, contribute, just give a little bit more because it's going to be much needed throughout 2021.
Thank you for joining our gala tonight. Here's how to donate. Text @CCD to 52014. Visit gala.ccdallas.org or you can call 214-296-4257.